really put this team on his back.
Boy, it feels like a postseason game. Aditi working the sidelines for us. Aditi, what does it feel like down there?
Spiro, you're absolutely right. Just about everybody in this building is on their feet right now. Like you said, this is the most meaningful game the Broncos have played since their Super Bowl year, 9 seasons ago. Now, head coach Sean Payton, he's not shying away from that at all. He put off the playoff percentages to his team this week, showing what the chances are with a win versus a loss. He told his players everything is shinier in the postseason, and yet he wants them loose. He talked a lot of trash this week at practice just for the laughs. And he said to us, this is a big game, but we play them bigger.
And just to continue to harp on how just gigantic this game is. If Denver wins today, they're basically all but in. But if Indy can somehow win this game, then the probabilities change dramatically. Start to factor in the remaining strength of schedule for these two teams. Remember, this is the start of a short week for Denver. They have to go to L.A. to take on the Chargers on Thursday. Another huge playoff implication game. Well, the Colts rode from this point forward a little bit easier. Denver won the toss. They defer, and so the Colts will have it after the touchback as Will lets his kick through the back of the end zone. And here comes Anthony Richardson. Arch, fourth game since he was reinstated by Shane Steichen. He has led them to game-winning drives in 2 of the last 3 games that he's played.
Yes, and we saw their last game against the New England Patriots. And again, it wasn't a pretty game. And you look at the stats, you look at the numbers, not very impressive, but...
Okay, my bad. That should be fixed. All right, that should be fixed there, I think. Is that better now? Can you hear me now? Good. Hey, send me in another text if you don't mind, because I think I turned off the game audio, which was accidentally on, but can you hear my... Okay, cool. Cool. My bad. All right, big game for the Broncos here. I guess if you guys weren't able to hear me, I guess let's just sort of recap. This game's got a lot on the line for the playoff implications. Colts are just 2 games back from the Broncos, right on the heels. If the Broncos win this game, their odds of going to the playoffs go up to like 89%. If they lose this game, it drops down to 47%. So this is a huge game for the Broncos. Anthony Richardson's one of those quarterbacks that you never know what the hell you're going to get. Is he going to continue his season-long average of less than 50% completion percentage, or is he going to look like a competent quarterback? Because when he looks competent, the dude's dangerous. He is. But if history would tell you, he is one of the most erratic quarterbacks in the history of the NFL. All right, Broncos got him where they want him, backed up, 3rd and 10 here. Unfrickin' believable. See, this is the concern, though. Last week, we all know what happened when Riley Moss was out. Our defense really, really struggled. We had to change what we were doing defensively. We went to more zone coverage. The Broncos are a very heavy man coverage team. And with Riley Moss out last week, they chose to... The audio is still messed up? All right. Tell you what, I can restart this thing if I have to, but can somebody else chime in? Is the audio still messed up? Ugh. Should I restart it? I'm going to hang put for a second, see if anybody else chimes in. But with Riley Moss out, we'll see if the Broncos change. Okay, cool. Audio's good now. With Riley Moss out, we'll see if the Broncos change what they do defensively. They're a very heavy man coverage team. They blitz almost every freaking play. We call that a Rolodex blitzer. Just spin the wheel and figure out what your next blitz is going to be. But last week with Riley out, they decided to go zone and they were not blitzing as much. And what they did against Lamar Jackson was very similar with a running quarterback like Anthony Richardson. They decided they were going to go box rushing. They were going to try to keep him in the pocket and they went more zone coverage. Alec Pierce is a hell of a wide receiver. I would imagine 9 out of 10 of you have never even heard of Alec Pierce. But if you look at his stats, what he's been able to do this year, it's pretty nuts, man. He's got 645 yards on the season, so he's on track for an 800-yard year. Not an elite season, but for a dude that you've never heard of, he's a damn good player, man. Michael Pittman Jr. is their number one, but he's been out all season. There's the Anthony Richardson we know. You watch Anthony Richardson play football, and it literally is Tim Tebow flashbacks. It's Tim Tebow 2.0. Helicopter passes, erratic passes, great feet, yet some way, somehow, at the end of the game, the Colts are always in a competitive situation with an opportunity to win the game. You feel like they should get blown out every single week, but they don't. They're a competitive team. All right, another 3rd and 10 here. They picked up the last one. And they decide to run it, and they freaking pick it up. They freaking pick it up on 3rd and 10, running the football. God dang, man. We all know about Jonathan Taylor, and Jonathan Taylor's having another good year. It's not a great year, but it is a pretty good year. I mean, he's got 804 yards on the ground, but if you watch it, he's not as explosive as he's been in years past. He's only averaging 4.3 per carry right now, but he's got 804 yards on the season because they just grind the dude carry after carry after carry. So the Colts have now picked up 2 3rd and 10s on this drive. Not ideal. I kind of like this uniform combo. I think I'm digging the orange on whites there. I don't know if you guys saw, but we had a different starter at cornerback. God dang it. What a freaking disastrous start to this game. This defense has been so freaking good all year long, and then they got cut up like Swiss cheese last week, and they got cut up like Swiss trees on the opening drive of this game. God dang, that was easy. You know what? I'm just going to say it. You give up 2 3rd and 10 conversions on the same drive, you deserve to give up a touchdown. They missed the PAT. That went through. That went through. Did that not look like that was missed to anybody else? Well, that's where Anthony Richardson's dangerous, man. I mean, it's frustrating because the Broncos know that. The Broncos know that he's at his most dangerous when he's got the ball in his hands, when he's running it, when he's playing like a running back. So frickin' take that away. Take that away. Make him beat you in the air. God dang. Bad start, folks. So a few players to watch here for the Colts. Tony says this defense isn't ready. I appreciate you, Todd. Loud and clear for good. Appreciate it. A few players to watch for the Colts here. Obviously, I mentioned Jonathan Taylor already, who's got 804 yards on the ground, which sounds weird to say the dude doesn't look like himself because he's got 804 yards, but I'm telling you, he's not been as explosive as he's usually been. Anthony Richardson, he's a freaking roller coaster, dude. He's got 1,500 yards on the season, 1,511. He's got 7 touchdowns, but he's got 9 interceptions. So the game plan for Anthony Richardson has got to be cause chaos, create confusion, disguise your coverage, and the dude will cough it up. He coughed it up multiple times last week, so if the Broncos don't get an interception out of this game, I'll be disappointed. Appreciate everyone that's tuned in right now, whether you're watching on Twitter, whether you're watching on YouTube. You can send in your comments, and they all feed right into the live stream, so it'll show on the live stream, and we can interact. So let's make this an interactive experience today. Got my Buffs hat on, who are not in the college football playoffs, and I'm still crying about it. Wind's going to be a matchup in this game. Apparently, the winds right now at the stadium are like 15 to 18 mile per hour, but it could get up to 30 to 35 mile per hour winds during the game today. The word behind the scenes was that there was some drama between Sean Payton and Vance Joseph during the week. I don't know how true it is, but that's what I was told. I was told that there is some frustration brewing, which seems crazy because the defense has been so great all year long. And you're thinking last week's game was an anomaly. But I was told there was a little drama behind the scenes. So I don't know if that was about Pat Surtain not getting lined up on Jerry Jeudy enough or what the drama was. But apparently Sean Payton was not happy with Vance. All right, well, that's interesting. So the first carry of the game goes to Jaleel. Javonte, let me pull it up really quick, but Javonte Williams' stats over the last few games have been absolutely abysmal. Javonte, in the last couple games, 1 yard against the Browns, -2 yards against the Raiders, 59 yards against the Falcons, 1 yard against the Chiefs. Javonte Williams has flat out been replaced. I think Audric Estime will get the bulk of the carries today, but Jaleel gets the first. I don't know how dialed in you guys were throughout the week, but Garrett Bowles got himself a 4-year extension from the Broncos. In reality, it works out to a 2-year deal. It was a 4-year, $80-some million deal, but it works out to a 2-year deal because it's got like $41 million guaranteed. There's 7 tackles in the NFL currently making $20 million or more. So Garrett Bowles is now the 6th highest paid tackle in the NFL. Nice little throw to Courtland Sutton right there. Courtland Sutton, on the other hand, speaking of Javonte Williams, Courtland Sutton has been the exact opposite. The announcers are talking about it right now. The dude has been 100 yards, 70 yards, 80 yards, 90 yards, 100 yards, game after game after game. I think he's played himself into a new contract as well. That looks like a Matthew Stafford throw right there from Nix. What? That wasn't a catch. Give me a break. That's not a catch. They let that thing go because they want to be able to review it. Oh, either way, he's down. My bad. Was a catch. I'm happy for Cortland Sutton, man. He's grinded it out for year after year after year, and it's kind of fans have been frustrated with him. He wanted a contract extension in the offseason, and he did not get it. He got a little pay raise this year. It was just a little thank you from the Broncos to keep him happy for the year. And he actually is under contract for one more season, but he's not going to want to play for the numbers that it is. So the Broncos are likely going to have to give him a new deal. Next season opening takes off. If you think about it, if you were to rank the most athletic quarterbacks in the NFL right now, all right, Lamar Jackson 1, Kyler Murray 2, Josh Allen 3. I think Bo Nix is the 4th most athletic quarterback in the NFL. Am I missing anyone? Can you guys think of anyone I'm missing that is more athletic than Bo Nix? Oh, shit. And there it is. He coughs it up. Bo Nix has been doing, can't drop the 4-letter bomb on the radio, but I guess I can on the podcast. Bo's been really good with the interceptions. That's just a bad decision right there. I don't know why he threw that. He wasn't overly, there wasn't a ton of pressure on him. There was no reason for him to panic. I don't think he could see. Did you see how he had to try to jump there a little bit? It almost looked like he had to jump because he couldn't see it very well. Well, this is a bad deal for the Broncos. Gave up 7, turn it over. If there's one stat, you're going to go shopping already, Bobo. If there's one stat you could look at the end of the game without looking at the actual box score to see who won or lost the game, it's the turnover margin. 9 out of 10 times, whoever wins the turnover margin, they win the game. Who actually goes to the mall to Christmas shop these days? Don't we all just do it online? So I mentioned already a little bit earlier in this stream, but if the Broncos win this game, the odds of making the playoffs for them is 89%. If they lose the game, it drops all the way down to 47%. And if you think about it, it makes a whole lot of sense because your final 3 games, Chargers on the road on a Thursday night. You got the Bengals and you got the Chiefs. You're going to try to win 2 out of those 3? Mike asks if they're looking past this game. You know, I'm telling on you. I see that. I don't think they look past the game, but I'll tell you this. Both teams are coming off a bye week, and it's the latest bye week you could possibly get. So it was a week 14 bye, and I've never had that. That's a long ways to go in the season to get to your bye week. Some teams have crazy success. I'm just telling you, my personal experience coming off the bye week, my team's always struggled. That first practice, it was a started over practice. Coach would be like, started over. This looks like crap. What were you guys doing with your days off? It's weird, man. You would think you're always better coming off a bye. For whatever experience, my teams, they always struggled. Oh, I got to update my scoreboard. My bad. I don't know what Bo saw there, man. They were just the announcers just pointing out the same thing I said. He got his feet off the ground. He was jumping. Just didn't look calm. What's up, Joseph? I'm having a good day. Hope you are too, pal. Thanks for tuning in. Isn't that crazy? Anthony Richardson in year 2 is in the same start as Bo Nix. 14 games. I told you. I told you this guy is streaky as hell. Broncos got to start causing some chaos, man. You can't let this guy get in a rhythm. Start bringing the house. Bring the blitzes. Don't let Anthony Richardson get in a rhythm. Start confusing this dude. Broncos only rush 4. What the hell was that? That's what makes that dude so freaking confusing. I'm worried about that Chargers game next week. I don't like, so the Broncos, they got flexing the Thursday Night Football, and I'm not sure that the casual fan out there that was paying attention to this. This would be the second road game, the second game on the road on Thursday night for the Broncos this year. And, oh, God, look at this space. That dude's athletic as hell. So you can only be required to play one road game on Thursday night by the league. The Broncos approved the league to flex them into that Thursday night game on the road. I don't know why they did it, man. I mean, if history would tell you anything, it tells you that playing on the road on Thursday nights is the toughest thing you can do. And what the Broncos are saying is it gives them more time. The sell from the PR staff was that it gives them more time to prepare for that Bengals game. But I don't like playing with the football karma gods, man. That Thursday night game, that worries the hell out of me. Damn, John! Look at the way Taylor just gets downhill. Yeah, they're gonna mark him short. That looks good. That looks like a first down to me. Well, they're going for it. Teams have never gone for it on fourth down more than they are this year. Analytics have officially taken over football. All right, boys. All right, boys. Let's go. Get big. Toss outside. That's a pretty good play call right there. I like that. They got Taylor offset, quick pitch. They got to get him off schedule here. All right, there we go. There we go. I asked for it and you shall receive. Anthony Richardson does not do well when they're off schedule. Got a TFL there only for 1 yard, but now it's 2nd and 11. This gives you a chance to get off the field and hold him to a field goal. See, they're talking about what I was just talking about earlier. We are playing so safe on defense. This is exactly what we did when we played Lamar Jackson. We changed our identity. We didn't blitz. I don't know why we're not blitzing this dude. He panics. 3rd and 9. This would be a great opportunity to bring some pressure. At least rush 5 here. They definitely make more money, but it's hard for me to believe that this ownership group is worried about money. That's the last thing they're worried about. I mean, I'm sure they will make more money being on national TV, but this ownership group, they generally do whatever gives the team the best chance to win. They don't worry about that. Unfreaking believable. God dang. Second time this game, we've given up a 3rd and 10 plus on the ground. On the ground. That's pathetic, man. God dang. That dude he doesn't stop short of 4 yards. See, I think Sean Payton's been he's been very involved on the defensive game plan the last couple of weeks. You can see Sean hanging on Vance Joseph's shoulder right there. I think Sean's telling him what he wants. Generally speaking, that's not a great setup when the offensive coach is intervening with the defensive coach. All right, another 3rd and 6 here, which I would say is a good chance to get off the field. But if we can't get off the field on 3rd and 10, I don't know about 3rd and 6, 3rd and 5. This has got to be a no snap situation. They're just going to try to get him to jump off sides. Yeah. Well, shit, man. Not a good start. Anthony Richardson's moving at will. Bo Nix has got an interception already. I don't like the defensive game plan. Don't like any of it. You're about to see Jamal Murray in this commercial. Let's see if you can make a bucket in a commercial. Hey, Jamal Murray made a bucket. What do you know? Way to go, Jamal. Can we do that in a game? Bye weeks, man. I'm telling you. Everybody expects you to play awesome coming off the bye weeks. Weird things happen. Andy Reid's never lost a game coming off a bye week. So some teams got it figured out. My teams never did. Appreciate all you guys that are tuned in right now. Mount Polumbus Speaks is the podcast. If you're not subscribed over on YouTube, will you do me a solid? Go over there right now and hit subscribe. If you're watching on Twitter, the link is in my bio. I'll put out the all 22 of this game on Tuesday. We'll do post-game reaction as well. Do scouting reports, do all kinds of fun things throughout the week. I had to take the last week and a half off from this podcast for some personal reasons, but we are back in action and we are rolling. And I put a ton of content on my YouTube channel that does not come out live on Twitter. So if you like the stuff that I put out, head on over. Do me a solid. Hit subscribe. And if you want to do me a huge solid, help me with the algorithm, like and comment on this video, and I'll give you a high five. Virtual. High five. Come on, boys. 3rd and 5. Come on, boys. And again, they do not bring pressure. Why? All right. All right. At least they held him to 3, I guess. What's your guys' favorite uniform combo? I think this might be mine. I like the blue helmet, orange jersey, white bottoms. I'm not sure how I felt about the all orange with the white helmet. Am I the only one that thought that original PAT was not good? So coming into this game, the Colts offense, which is cut through our defense like Swiss cheese early in this game, they're ranked 23rd overall in offense. Question. Come on, Bob. Come on, Bob. If you're what was I talking about? Oh, yeah. The offense for Indianapolis. Coming into this game, they have the 23rd total offense. But they were pretty good in the rush attack, which they've shown early on. 14th in the NFL, getting about 118 yards per game on the ground. But they've been terrible. I mean, horrendous in the passing game. 26 in the passing offense. And that's the part that's bothering me. I expected them to run the football in this game. I did not expect them to dice this up in the air. Sending out a tweet right now. Every time our defense struggles, we get away from our identity. And stop blitzing the house. Why, oh why, are we doing it again? Anthony Richardson coughs it up all the time. So cause some chaos already. There we go. You guys are the first to hear the tweet. The wind doesn't seem to be as bad as what they predicted it to be. Oh, shut up, Anthony Richardson. Frustrated body language. You're having a game of your life, buddy. You should be thrilled. All right, Bo. Come on, buddy. I like that. That's a nice little play design. Got the full reverse, fake the reverse action, hand it off in the dive to Jaleel down the middle. You would think for a dude that speaks in a microphone for a living, I would know how to speak English. But I don't. Well, early in this game, Bo Nix is doing what I thought Anthony Richardson would be doing, and he's only been able to make any plays on his feet. Bo's not been running the ball as much as he used to be. I'm going to pull it up. We had that one game where he ran for like 70 yards on 10 carries, but he hasn't been doing that as much. All right. Yeah, Bo Nix rushing yards. Last week against Cleveland, or 2 weeks ago, I guess, 4 yards. Week before that, 5. Week before that, 5. -5 against Kansas City. He had 36 against Baltimore. That's actually weird that he's only been running for 4 or 5 yards last couple games. I don't want him carrying the ball 10 times, but I'd love to see him pick up 15 to 20 yards minimum every single game. Well, that bubble screen's going absolutely nowhere. Broncos have had some. God dang it. Why can't I talk? Broncos have had some success on those bubble screens last couple weeks, but not there. Cool. Cool, Carl. DeForest Buckner, the old San Francisco 49er. I highlighted him on my scouting report. I don't know if you guys watched that video or not. I was worried about him coming into this game. He gets matched up on Wattenberg, our center. Wattenberg is the only player on that offensive line. Oh, excuse me. They run a game here. Yeah. Actually, you know what? Luke did a good job of passing off the original one. The problem was by the time Buckner got around on his end of it, he leaned on him instead of using his hands. But he did a good job of punching off the first guy. Well, I think we're going to get offsetting here, but don't you ever wonder what they're talking about in these huddles? Like, hey, I think it was a block in the back. What do you think it was? No, I got a personal foul. Well, 2 out of 3 of us think it was a block in the back. Let's go with block in the back. And we're a hot mess, folks. Congratulations. Broncos apparently are still in Cabo on their bye week. My rookie year in the NFL, I went to Vegas during my bye week. And it was about 2 in the morning. I'm hanging out in the casino, walking through the blackjack tables, and all of a sudden I come across none other than Mike Shanahan. And I'm a rookie, undrafted player. And inside my head, I'm like, oh, crap. Coach caught me. I'm in Vegas on the bye week, 2 a.m. And I was like, wait a second. He's here too. It's 2 a.m. and Mike Shanahan's sitting at the blackjack table right next to me. He bought me a drink. Time for the weekly check-in with Samson. Sampson, say hi. Do you guys' dog, are they attached to your hip like 24/7 like this one? If I move 6 inches, he will move 6 inches. I love you, buddy. I love you. You're a good boy. All right, back in action. Got him backed up. Let's see if we can do anything with this. Please, can we bring a little pressure now? All right. Well, they break 5. Almost got him. Almost freaking got him. They brought 5, and both linebackers looked like they were green dogging, and they ended up pulling out at the last second. If we lose to a quarterback with the nose ring, I got problems. He's got a nose ring. Come on, boys. If we're not going to blitz, we got to get pressure with our front 4. No. Get him. Get him. Get him. Oh, my God. I thought he was about to throw that ball, and it was going to be an interception in the end zone. Dang. Oh, he did throw it. He did throw it, and he caught it. I didn't even realize that. All right. Don't get the sack, but that's all right. You should have great field position here. See if we can get a return. Pick up 10 or 12 yards on the return here, and you're already in great spot. And you don't even need to because it doesn't get it to the 50. All right, so 1 first down, and you're in field goal range at least. My keys, let's check in on my keys to victory, see how we're doing. So my first key to victory in this game was to confuse Anthony Richardson, and he will cough up an interception. Well, we're not doing that. We've done the complete opposite of it. We've been base personnel, base packages, simple coverages. He's dicing us up. My second key to victory was feed the beast Cortland Sutton, because his last 6 games, he'd gone 102, 97, 78, 70, 122, and 100. I think Cortland's got 1 catch that I can remember. Not exactly feeding the beast. And third and final key to victory was get better corner play with Anthony Richardson out. I don't think we're getting that either. Why am I drawing a blank? We're starting a new corner, and god dang it. I'm drawing a blank on his name. Who the hell do we start? Oh, yeah. So Damari Mathis got the start at corner this week instead of Levi Wallace. Which I think every Broncos fan is good with that decision after the debacle last week from Levi. So they called that last play by Richardson a pass that was caught for -1 yards. That's how it was registered in the stat book. I guess you can throw the ball to yourself. Okay. Got a fullback on the field. Michael Burton's out there, probably handing it off, and they do. We don't pick it up. I don't love that play call. 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1's a great opportunity to take a shot down the field. You got that extra down. You feel comfortable you're going to pick it up. Go play action. Take a shot down the field. Instead, they go with a very basic running play, and they don't even pick up the first down. In these situations in the past, they put Michael Burton in the game, and they've given him the fullback dive. I don't think Burton's in the game, though. Instead, they go QB sneak. Quinn Miners. Damn, that's my boy. You guys see that push from Quinn Miners on that? That's tough to get movement like that on a QB sneak. I always feel bad for Bo Nix, how many times he gets compared to Drew Brees. God dang, what are you doing, young man? I'm having flashbacks of early in the season there when Bo Nix is running around like a chicken with his head cut off, taking 18-yard sacks. I'm not going to lie. There's a part of me that wishes I was watching that Bills game. That Bills-Lions game is going to be madness. Nice little run there from Jaleel. He gets smoked, but that's what happens when you run Jaleel down the middle of the field. He's going to get smoked. If you guys could only have one, would you rather have Philip Lindsay as your running back or Jaleel McLaughlin? Awfully similar runners. All right, there we go. Nice little bubble screen to bend. Mims is slowly but surely turning things around, isn't he? His stat line has not been screaming like insane games, but for a dude that we could not get involved, Sean Payton's done a great job of getting creative with Marvin Mims. He hasn't been in the backfield yet today, at least that I've noticed, but they put Marvin Mims in the backfield at the running back position a lot. They hand the ball off to him there, but the real reason why they put him in the backfield is not to, they're talking about this right now. I swear I started before they did, but um, the reason they put him in the backfield is not because they want him to run the ball. It's because they want to create mismatches in the passing game. When you put him in the backfield, you get him matched up on linebackers rather than defensive backs, and that's a tough matchup for those linebackers. But if you are going to put him in the backfield, you got to hand it off to him at least enough to keep the defense honest. Yeah, I mean, you look at Marvin's stats for the last few games. We missed Cortland on the comeback there, but we do get a flag. If you look at Marvin Mims' stats, hold on. Okay, we do get the pass interference. Last few games of Marvin Mims, he doesn't get a ton of catches. He gets about 3 to 4 catches almost every single game. That's what he gets, 3 to 4. But he's been having at least 1 or 2 extremely impactful plays every single game. Last week, he only had 3 receptions, but 105 yards. Week before that, 3 receptions, 44 yards. Week before that, 2 receptions, 49 yards. So not a ton of catches, but impactful when he's caught the ball. Well, it's pretty clear who the Broncos' number 1 running back is right now, and it's Jaleel. I would love to see Audric Estime get a few more carries here. They're zoomed in right now on Gus Bradley. I know Gus very, very well. One of the best human beings I've ever met in my life. His defenses are very, very simple. He runs an under front the majority of the time. He gives you cover 3 almost the entirety of the game. They don't blitz very often. Okay. And we're rolling. Troutman was wide freaking open there. Clearly, the Colts had a bust. Be interested to see this replay here. That was a nice little pitch and catch in the backyard right there. Okay. I think the Colts were in I think they were in zone coverage there. He just slips right through the zone, goes unnoticed. Broncos pick it up, and we're down by 3. God, why don't you guys... I need you guys to remind me to update this scoreboard. I've got it sitting here. I had the wrong score on there for about 10 minutes here. I'm a terrible scoreboard operator. All right, well, maybe now we can catch a little momentum. Maybe now the defense can get a stop. Maybe now you can come back and respond. If you get a double score before half, you get the ball coming out of halftime. So the most powerful thing in football is the double score. If you find a way to get even 3 points, yet alone 7 points at the end of the half, get the ball back, score again with the first possession of the second half, that's the most powerful weapon there is in football. So Broncos need to get a relatively quick stop here, so they've got at least a few minutes to work with when they get the ball back on offense. Shoot, man. Oh, we got Dexter coming back? Oh. So it's the pre-story of Dexter? That was one of the first shows I ever binge watched. Lost was the first one. I remember staying up till like 2 in the morning watching Dexter. That was a damn good show. Yeah, 20 just... That dude's blind as a bat, apparently. That was definitely his dude. Man, Colts are doing a ton of zone read stuff. It's a tough choice. Do you want to put the ball into the QB's hands or you want the ball in Jonathan Taylor's hands? The defense gets to choose on those zone reads. Go up the field, they'll hand the ball off, crash to the mesh point, and Anthony Richardson will keep the ball. And we got a QB keep here. Damn. That is a big old boy. That's a big old ball carrier right there. All right, let's get a little pressure, boys. We got a 5-man front. Are they going to bring 5? They do. Oh, look at that interior. Oh, there we go. Come on. Come on. How the hell did they not get him there? Jonathan Franklin Myers was a beast on that. I think that was DJ Jones, the other dude. Jonathan Franklin Myers gets him on the jerk pole. Good Lord, get the dude down. Broncos are really lucky the Jets were a bunch of idiots this year because the reason why we've got Jonathan Franklin Myers right now, Jets went out and made the trade for a new pass rusher that they never ended up paying, and they ended up trading him away, but they ended up giving us Jonathan Franklin Myers on the cheap because they didn't think they could, okay. There it is. I told you guys. I told you guys he'll cough it up. He's like Jameis Winston, man. He's big plays, but he's going to cough it up 2 or 3 times per game. Per game. Here we go. What's the damn flag? Oh, that ball might have hit the ground also. I think that ball might have hit the ground. I'll be shocked if the Broncos keep this thing. I think by definition of the rule, having to survive the ground, I don't think that ball survived the ground. All right, cool. Palumbo's a Dumbo. Now you got a chance to go into halftime with the lead. Momentum's a funny thing, man. Comes and it goes. Does it not feel like it's been like a month since the Broncos have played football? I don't know why, but this bye week seems like it's been forever. I think they felt that way too at the beginning of the game. All right, so the Broncos have the ball on the, I'm guessing, 40-yard line, give or take, somewhere in that ballpark. Packers Seahawks, they chose to keep that game in there rather than flexing in the Bills Lions game. I mean, Packers Seahawks actually will be a pretty good game, but how the hell did they not flex in Bills Lions? What is the score of that game? Let's check it out. Bills Lions score. Bills are up 21-14 with 3 minutes to go in the second. Just barely misses Cortland there. Now we're 3rd and 5. Cannot stall out here, boys. Come on. Cannot be given a gift and stall out 3 and out. I'm telling you, this Colts team, for as erratic as Anthony Richardson is, for a dude that's got a completion percentage of under 50%, this team is in the ball game at the end of the game every single week. The Colts have constantly got a great chance to win the ball game. And we go 3 and out. Unbelievable, man. You got to capitalize on sudden change. You get sudden change, that's your chance to take a shot down the field. If you know the Madden algorithm, that's what they do. They punish you on the play after sudden change. If you take a shot down the field in Madden, little cheat code after an interception, they're constantly going to give you the reception down the field because momentum's a real deal. So instead of capitalizing on that, the Broncos go 3 and out and do the complete opposite with a relatively safe game plan offensively. That sucks. Did you guys see how many no-shows were? I'd be curious to see what they announced for the no-shows this week. Because last week it was weird. There was actually over 7,000 announced no-shows, which means in reality it's probably close to 10,000. I can't quite explain it. On a Monday night game also. Broncos fans usually fill up that stadium. I don't know who the hell can afford to take a family of 5 to a football game these days. It's going to run you about $2,000 for a single day's worth of activity. Maybe I need to lay back, get comfortable. Jonathan Taylor. Dude just does not go down on the first tackle ever. Say for the most part, though, the Broncos defense has actually contained him. I mean, he's actually doing exactly what I said when the stream began. I don't know if you guys remember, but I said Jonathan Taylor's year is weird because his numbers look good. He's got over 800 yards on the ground, but he's just not having the explosive plays that he's had in years past. It's exactly what he's doing in this game. Every single time he gets the ball, he goes for at least 4 yards. And by the end of the game, it'll add up to 100 yards. Well, that was a good pass from Anthony. That was close, right? Dude, if you could build a quarterback on Madden, you're building Anthony Richardson. I get why the Colts drafted him high, man. I mean, he had 0 experience coming out of college. I forget what the starts were, but he had like the fewest amount of starts of a first-round draft pick ever. And it showed up in the NFL. But if you could build a Madden character, you would build Anthony Richardson. I mean, just look at that dude. That is a good-looking quarterback. Did he catch that? That had to hit the ball. Okay, that hit the ground. Broncos are getting lucked out by who Anthony Richardson is. Erratic as hell, streaky. Fortunately, he's been erratic the last couple drives, and even though the Broncos offense hasn't been able to get anything done, this Broncos defense has been able to get off the field. Oh. That looks like a little bit of a shaky catch right there from Marvin Mims. Why did he fair catch that? Got Joe Flacco sitting there on the sideline. The magic of Joe Flacco last year. He got his chance this year with the Colts. What do you have, 3, maybe 4 starts this year? Couldn't quite capture the magic he had last year with the Browns. Did you guys see Jameis Winston I think he threw 3 interceptions, and he also put the ball on the ground multiple times in the game today. Browns had 6 or 7 total turnovers, and Jameis finally got benched. There are not enough good quarterbacks in the world to go around. Go with a draw to start it off. So you'll probably huddle here until you get to the 2-minute warning. Eat up the clock because you want to make sure that in case you don't get a first down, you don't want to give them any time left. If you get the next first down, that's when you go into no huddle mode and you try to push the ball down the field. But you're walking a fine line with the first couple plays of this drive because you definitely don't want to give the Colts the ball back with clock. Little swing route to Jaleel. Man, I'm going to pull up the box score. Does Audric Estime have like more than 2 carries in this game? Broncos Colts box score. Oh, Audric Estime hasn't even been in the game. My bad. He doesn't have a carry. Jaleel's got 5 for 9 yards. That's it. Jaleel's only got 9 yards. That doesn't feel right. He's got 5 for 9. Javonte Williams got 3 for 6. Broncos running game is atrocious. I guess what the Broncos are telling you that the running game is not because of the offensive line. Because they continue to pay every member on that offensive line. They'd already paid 4 out of the 5, and now they re-upped Garrett Bowles. So you've got your left tackle locked up long-term. You've got your left guard locked up long-term. Your right guard locked up long-term. Your right tackle locked up long-term. The only dude that's not making insane money on that offensive line is your center, Luke Wattenberg. But they just gave Garrett Bowles an extension. So the Broncos are telling you they like their offensive line, and they just got to find a running back. Generally speaking, I'm not a fan of drafting running backs early in the draft, but Broncos might have to think about it this year. God, I would love to get Ashton Jeanty, but they're going to have no chance. Broncos should be a playoff team, I think. And if you're a playoff team, they're probably going to be drafted in the 20s. 0 chance of getting Ashton Jeanty. You might be able to pick up, drawing a blank on his first name, but Scadaboo from Arizona State. I don't know if you guys have watched that dude at all, but he's like Mike Allstott 2.0. I don't know if you guys remember Mike Allstott from Tampa Bay back in the day. Big old boy, bruise and running back, just running through tackles. That's what Scadaboo looks like. And you could probably pick him up in the 3rd or 4th round. But by locking up Garrett Bowles, what that does for this team is now that gives them the freedom to truly draft the best weapon available on offense. I'm 99% positive they will draft an offensive playmaker with the first pick in the draft. And now you could decide between wide receiver, tight end, running back. But if you didn't extend Garrett Bowles, when you go into the draft with a hole at left tackle or at quarterback, it's a bad spot to be, man, because it totally handcuffs you. You've got no choice but to address that need. And now the Broncos don't have to address that. I mean, both sides were moving there. I think it's a coin flip on who they say move first. And they call it on Mike. Well, Bulls win also. The Colts actually did not get into the neutral zone at all. That was just a hard shift. Man, every freaking throw in this game is for 4 yards or less. This is feeling like flashbacks to the first half of the season right here. That's like worst case scenario. That drive was absolute worst case scenario. Not only did you not get points out of it, but you only ate up like 30 seconds off the clock. Now you give the ball back to the Colts with close to 2 minutes to go and 2 timeouts in the pocket. That is an epic failure of a drive. You got to at least eat up the time, man. And we give up a big return. Is he going to go to the house? God dang it. Freaking unbelievable, man. I told you guys at the beginning of this drive, you got to eat up the clock. They don't eat up the clock. Give up a terrible punt return. The Colts are already in scoring position. I don't know where exactly he took that to, but they're damn close to scoring position. Shoot. Anthony Gold. Ever heard of him? Well, now you have. Punt returner for the Indianapolis Colts. That was a net punt of 16 yards, folks. Net punt, 16 yards. And the Colts wisely decided to run the ball on first down because they're going to do the thing that I told you the Broncos should have done, and they're going to eat up the clock. They're either going to score or make sure the Broncos don't get the ball back. Simple little screen pass, man. Offensive line for the Colts did a good job out in space. You got to run the alley. Running back did a good job of staying patient there, letting his offensive lineman stay in front of him. He never got in front of him. That's just a well-executed screen from the Colts. Oh, that's got to be a pick. Anthony Richardson got hit in his face, and he just tossed it up. He got it out of bounds, but I thought he was just blindly throwing the football there. That was pretty crappy clock management from the Colts. Are you kidding me? You got in range where you could take a few shots to the end zone now. They let all that clock eat up, and now they only got 22 seconds left, and they kept timeout in the pocket. They should have called timeout. Yeah, Broncos should have had a flag for hands to the face on the QB there. All right. Good job, boys. Good job, boys. That's a big-time sack right there. I'd actually be surprised if they let Anthony Richardson push this too much because they're going to be afraid of him making an interception. They're going to want to make sure that they walk away with 3 points. They'll probably do something pretty safe here on 3rd and long. Jonathan Franklin-Meyer has been a terror in there today. Come on, AR5, do something stupid, buddy. You like to throw interceptions. Throw one right now. Okay. Chris Abrams-Drain, the backup corner, and a late flag. What's the late flag? Are they going to get him on PI? Does he make a play on the ball? He does make a play on the ball. He does turn his head. Good job from Chris Abrams-Drain right there. Young corners, when they get tossed into situations like that, a lot of times they won't make an actual play on the ball. What I mean by that is at the last second, you got to turn your head and you got to actually look for the ball. If you don't make a play on the ball, it's going to be pass interference. That's a happy man right there. Well, Alec Pierce goes into the locker room, and I'm never one to root for injury, but that's a pretty damn good player. Boy, they are apparently just out on Levi Wallace because not only did he not get the start, Damari Mathis gets the start. They're playing Chris Abrams-Drain in there. Levi got a shot last week, and apparently that was all he gets. All right, Colts go up 13-7. Suppose it could be worse, man. I mean, the Broncos defense has gotten tough when they needed to. They've held them to 3 points a couple times now. Hot take, this Shabuzi song sucks. I hate this Shabuzi song. All right, so as we go into halftime here, actually, well, I'll do this in a second. Hold on. Well, Broncos will just take a knee here. They're not going to do anything stupid. Okay, so as we go into halftime here, the Colts lead the Broncos 13-7, and Denver is going to get the ball back to begin the third quarter, which is good. The Broncos really need to capitalize on that first possession to get control of this game back. Bo Nix is 11 of 15 in the first half for 66 yards. That's it. One touchdown. He's also got an interception. So not a great first half for Bo Nix. Anthony Richardson is having a very typical Anthony Richardson game. He's 5 of 17, 56 yards in the air, one interception, but he's also got that one rush touchdown, and he's hurt the Broncos a few times with his feet. Now, where the Broncos are just getting their asses kicked right now is in the running game. Jaleel McLaughlin is currently averaging 1.8 yards per carry. That's it. Not even 2 yards per carry. Javonte Williams is averaging 2 yards per carry. The Denver Broncos as a whole right now they got 22 yards on the ground from Bo Nix. They got 9 from Jaleel McLaughlin. That counts 31. They got 6 from Javonte Williams, 37 yards. That's it. 37 yards on the ground in the first half. That's pretty pathetic. The Broncos have got to get that fixed in the second half because you will not win football games rushing that pathetically. Look, you don't have to run for 100 yards every single game, but you got to run for 80. You got to run for 90, somewhere in that ballpark. And if the Broncos don't get that fixed up, they've got a long day in front of them here. The Colts on the other side, Jonathan Taylor, He's got 14 carries for 53 yards. He's averaging 3.8 per, which puts him a little bit under his season average of 4.3 yards per carry. But what did I tell you? With Jonathan Taylor, it's not about the big plays. It's just rep after rep after rep. They just keep giving him the ball, and at the end of the day, he ends up with 100 yards. He's already got 53 yards, so he's on track for another 100-yard game. Anthony Richardson's got 47 yards on the ground, and Trey Sermon's got 3. So the Broncos are sitting there with under 40 yards of rushing in the first half, and the Colts have already got 90-some. Not good, man. Not good at all. It's hard to identify one person for the Colts offense that's been crushing the Broncos. There's not necessarily a person that is beating them other than Anthony Richardson with his feet. Broncos are hurting themselves right now, but the good news is Anthony Richardson's having a very typical Anthony Richardson game. He's been extremely erratic. He's already coughed the ball up once. I think he'll cough it up again in the second half, but I hope the Broncos get back to what they do defensively and they start getting very blitz heavy in the second half, because Anthony Richardson does not play good football when he's underneath pressure. So enough with all this four-man rushes, playing it safe. Let's get after this dude. All right, I'm going to take a break here for halftime. I'll be back with the beginning of the second half. Don't go anywhere. I appreciate you guys hanging with me here on Mount Polumbus Speaks. All right, folks, welcome back after halftime here. I actually just lost the game on my computer here. I got to get it pulled back up. What the heck? Stream still look good to you guys? For whatever reason, it looks kind of choppy on my end. All right, this is a big drive for the Broncos. I'm telling you, I know we're just talking about the first drive of the second half, so I'm not trying to put more into it than it is. But Broncos got to take control of this game. You guys see all these drones going on in New Jersey right now? What's going on? Are they aliens? I just read an article that New York is deploying some special technology defense system to get rid of these drones. All right, nice little fire to Troy Franklin there. Troy Franklin has been missing in action on the milk box early on in this game. If you don't mind, could one of you losers who like interacting with me let me know, is the stream doing okay? Is the quality all right? Because it looks a little bit choppy on my end. If I need to restart it, I will. 3rd and 1. Take a shot. Take a shot. Take a shot. Come on. Take a shot. It's 4 down territory anyways. They're going to take a shot. Oh, my God, Bo. Good Lord, man. I take it back. Don't take a shot. Terrible idea to take a shot down the field. What idiot had that idea? I mean, the problem with these interceptions we've had from Bo, I don't mind an interception when you're under pressure, when something bad happens, but both interceptions we've had, he's just airmailed it. God dang. The one thing Bo has done well, he's done a lot of things well. I'm not trying to take away from him, but the one thing that he's done really, really well is protect the football. It's tough to win games when you got 2 interceptions. You don't win many ball games with 2 interceptions, but fortunately, you got Anthony Richardson on the other side, and he's very liable to cough it up again as well. So remember when I said that drive was important, that they needed to take control of the game? Yeah, way to go, boys. Way to go. Why is my camera in so tight on my face? Nobody wants to see that. There we go. That's better. I know I got a pretty face, but... yeah, hard to fight you, Todd Carl. Todd says they needed a first down more than needed a big play. Yeah, but you also got to understand there's certain situations in the game that are great opportunities to take chances down the field. 2nd and 1, is a great chance no matter where you are on the field. And then 3rd and short, if you're in 4-down territory, that's another great opportunity to take a shot down the field because you know you've got that gimme play behind you. So I don't mind the play call at all. It's just poor execution from Bo. Matter of fact, I mean, you guys were listening to the stream. Not only did I not prefer the play call, that's what I wanted. I got the play call that I wanted, just bad execution. I mean, that ball wasn't even close to Cortland. Looks like Sean Payton's pissed off at Cortland Sutton on that. Maybe Sutton wasn't where he was supposed to be. You really don't have a ton of great opportunities to push the ball down the field. And again, I'm talking to Todd, who sent in that text that they needed the first down. God damn it. God dang it. This is worst case scenario, boys. Worst case scenario. Come out of the first half, come out of the second half, throw an interception. Indianapolis just hands the ball off. One thing I told you from Jonathan Taylor, what's been missing from him all year long? I've said it like 5 times already on this broadcast. It's been the big plays. He's not had a ton of big plays. He's a 3 or 4 yard runner almost every time he gets the ball. And you watch the right side of that offensive line, they all do a good job here. The center does a great job of getting the reach. Linebackers overrun it. And Jonathan Taylor's got a hold the size of Texas to run through. I mean, Jonathan Taylor didn't even do anything special on that. Absolute disastrous start to the first half. To the second half. Oh, shut up. Shut up. Did he drop the ball? I didn't even notice this in real time. No. Why are they going to, they're going to break right now without even giving us a good angle on it? What the hell? All right, I've got it pulled up on my Twitter. Let's see. Oh, it is close, but I think he breaks the plane. It's really, really close, but I think he's about a half yard over the plane when he drops it. Let's see. I'm watching it again. Dude. Yeah, that's going to be a touchdown. I mean, the angle I've got on Twitter obviously isn't slowing it down because it's just the real-time shot that we got watching the game. Ramiro, what just happened? Nothing good, brother. Started out the second half with an interception from Bo Nix, and then Jonathan Taylor just takes a 41-yard house call, untouched to the end zone. But there is a little bit of drama on it. I don't know if you tuned in time. We went to a commercial with them taking a look at the replay to see if he dropped the ball before the end zone. I mean, talk about leaving us on a cliffhanger. That ball, he crosses. I mean, I'm watching the same angle over and over and over. Tough to tell, but let's see. Hold on. Mike Kliss just tweeted, and I think he said, let me pull it up. I think Mike said this is getting over. Hold on. Okay, Mike Kliss. Wow. Lost the ball before end zone on what would have been a 41-yard TD run touchdown. Broncos ball. It's a touchback for the Broncos at their own 20. Wow. Wow. You got to be kidding me. Wow, what a break for the Broncos. What a freaking break, man. And now we started off with a nice little run from Jaleel McLaughlin. So the football gods have favored the Denver Broncos early in the second half, man. Here we go. Dude, that ball, are we sure that didn't break the plane? Are you guys looking at that? Dude. But did it leave his hand before it broke the plane? Look, man, I'm rooting for the Broncos. I'll take it, but I think we might have got a little bit lucky there. What do you guys think? Am I blind? Did that ball definitely get dropped before it broke the plane? Am I crazy? Dude, sometimes things happen in a football game that you don't come back from. This could be one of them for the Colts. At least let's cross our fingers, hope, and pray, because sometimes when you're a team like the Colts, you're just waiting for something bad to happen. In the back of your mind, things are going well. They're going well. Well, who's going to be the one that has a strip sack? Who's to be the one that fumbles the ball? Well, it was Jonathan Taylor. Freddie says that was so close. I thought it might have broke the plane. Dude, that's what I thought, Freddie. Well, that's a bad deal from Bailey right there. God dang it, dude. Like, this is the problem, man. The Broncos are going to lose this game. When you get sudden change, and I'm talking about sudden change that goes in your favor, and you can't capitalize on it, you don't deserve to win football games. I'm just telling you. I'm not saying the Broncos had to go score on that drive. I know they had the ball in their 20, but good Lord, man. I mean, get a first down or three, flip the field, take advantage of the situation. Neither one of these teams deserves to win this game. I'm just getting pissed off watching this game now. I have zero clue why that call was overturned. Zero clue. That ball absolutely looked like it crossed the plane. I'm sorry, I'm still stuck on it, but I'm watching it over and over on Twitter right now. That was a break of a lifetime for the Broncos. Broncos continue to not capitalize on sudden change in their favor. They don't have to score. I know I already said it. I know I'm a broken record here. They don't have to score on that drive, but they got to get a couple first downs and flip the field. Ramiro says 3rd and 1. We throw in the gun. I know you're pissed as a lineman. Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't mind, 3rd and 2nd, 3rd and 3. Those are definitely passing downs in the NFL. 3rd and 1. Yeah, I would love to try to pick it up with my on the ground. I just cannot believe the amount of good breaks the Broncos have had, and yet we trail 13-7. We can't stop that dude. We just can't stop him. That's a great run in the NFL. And we get bailed out by a holding penalty by the Colts. Again, the football gods are favoring the Broncos. Let's see if it was actually a hold or not. I don't know if they're going to give us the replay. When you've got a running back that can get 4 to 7 yards every single time he touches the ball, I'd give it to him every freaking play. All right. Got him 3rd and 17. Colts will do something safe here and just get off the field, I would assume. I sure as hell wouldn't trust Anthony Richardson to try to make a play on 3rd and 17. You can't risk anything bad when you're backed up. 3rd and 15, my bad. And they just dumped the ball off to Jonathan Taylor. Okay, well, late flag comes in. I don't think that's going to... All right, Broncos will decline it. Should have good field position again. Can we do something with it? Probably not. Maybe I just need to go super negative now. Maybe that's what they need. They just need negative energy Tyler to turn something around here. Fine. We're going to get good field position. We're going to do nothing with it. Fine. I'll give you negative energy if that's what you want. Why don't we just fumble it? Like, that's what we should do. Just fumble the return. All right, look at this. Look at this. Great job by Marvin Mims. All right, that's it. If we don't capitalize on this one, we lose the ball game. That's it. I mean, we get a great return, fantastic field position. Let's go, Bo. Let's go, Broncos. We can't run the damn ball, so I guess, you know what? If I was a play caller, I'd give up on the run as well. No, you can't give up on it, though. Way too early to give up on the run. Did you guys hear that? Bo Nix has only attempted 3 passes of over 10 yards. Attempted. Not completed, attempted. And we got an early, I don't know if I'd call that a drop, but not a completion to Cortland Sutton. I don't think that was actually a designed zone read. I think Bo Nix was just executing the fake there, but it would have been nice if it was. If it was a zone read, Bo should have kept that thing. Our running game's an absolute joke right now. All right, what's going to take me to get me out of this suck of negativity I'm stuck in? Y'all stuck in the same negativity as me? It just pisses me off because the Broncos they've had so many opportunities to take control of this game. God damn it. Third interception of the game. Third interception of the game. Again, we fail to capitalize on sudden change. Again, we fail to capitalize on great field position. And again, I will tell you that we deserve to lose this football game. Freddie says defense is going to need to win us this game, and you're not wrong, Freddie, but you feel great about our defense right now? I mean, it's not that the Colts are doing anything other than running the football. Colts can't do anything in there either, but our once vaunted defense that people were trying to compare to the 2015 D, it's felt awfully normal the last couple weeks. It's amazing what the difference of one dude can do in Riley Moss. I mean, my problem with the defense right now, I don't think it's just like Riley Moss. Well, first off, Riley Moss is a fantastic football player, so I'm not taking anything away from him. Don't get me wrong. He's actually going to get paid like a number one corner, and the Broncos probably won't be able to keep him eventually. But you can't tell me that losing Riley Moss justifies changing everything you do defensively. And the Broncos have changed everything without him the last couple of weeks. But the defense, you know what? I'm gonna stop with the defense. It's not the defense is fine. The defense is fine. It's the offense. The offense is what's killing us right now. And we get the ball again. I mean, I can't help but laugh. I can't help but laugh. This game is drunk. This game is absolutely drunk. Put your hats on back. Here we go. Hold on. Put on your rally caps. Do something different. I mean, put your hats on backwards. And pray to the good Lord that we can do something. This is just bad ball. All the way around, man. All right, come on. Good job out in space from Mike McGlinchey. And we get nothing with it despite that. Someone on my Twitter says Jameis Winston couldn't even make this game more ridiculous. God dang it, man. I mean, throw the ball down the field. What are we doing? What are we doing? 3rd and 7 and we throw the freaking dump off. God dang it, man. Like, do we even want to try to win this game? Both, throw the ball down the field. I know you're rattled. I know you've thrown 3 interceptions. I know you're scared now. You can't win a freaking game doing this. Am I hurting your ears yet? I'm sorry. Hey, hallelujah. We got a field goal, folks. Congratulations, Broncos. I'm proud of you. Hey, at least our kicker's happy. Will Lutz, way to go, man. You the man. You're cool, Will. Bo. Running game. Running backs. I've never seen a more drunk football game. In this game in a tie, nobody deserves to win. Screw this. Neither team deserves to win. Here, I'll update the scoreboard, folks. Congratulations. We got 10 points now. Chad says, get the PI, throw the ball down the field. Yeah, at least you get a chance of a PI. We can't connect on it. No chance we're actually going to complete the ball, but at least maybe we get a pass interference. And screw this rally cap I got. I'm going to take a deep breath here, folks. I'm sure your ears hurt from all my yelling. I can only assume you're doing the same thing in your household, though. Some bad play calling on 3rd and 1. Tush push it, for gosh sakes. Well, hard to argue with you, dude. And look at this space he's about to have. Oh, I thought that was about to be dangerous. It looked like he had a lot of grass out there. Second and 15. Do something stupid. Yeah, that was stupid. Don't throw to Pat Surtain. All right, 3rd and 15. What happens here, folks? Usually you throw a bubble screen. You've got a draw. Maybe a quick slant. You don't do anything stupid here. But the Colts do drop back. You got him flushed out. Anthony Richardson cannot throw on the run, man. You move that guy off the spot, and I promise you he will throw an incompletion. Promise you. Hey, guys, guess what? Breaking news. Broncos are going to get good field position again. That's a pretty damn good punt, actually. Are we going to get a flag? They do get it. They do get the flag. A little bit weak, but I'll take it. Ah, never mind. He's definitely out of bounds. That deserved it. I'm throwing another lip pillow. Maybe this will help. Bo Nix needs to throw a lip pillow in. Samson wants to know why Dad's yelling so much. I'm sorry. I'll stop yelling, Sammy. I'll stop. I don't want to scare you. I mean, am I the only ones freaking out right now? Are you guys calm at home? Are you guys cool? Yeah, that's what we should do. That's what we should do. We should start with the false start on the center. No, not the right tackle, left tackle, maybe even the guards. Let's get a false start on the center, the dude that's snapping the freaking football. I don't even know what happened. I didn't even see it. Bo's got no confidence right now, man. Is that his first carry of the game? Yep. I mean, the running game's not working. You might as well let Audric Estime get a crack at it. Oh, it's because Jalil's hurt. It's nerve-wracking for sure. I'm nervous every time Bo throws the ball. You and me both, Chad. I mean, the way you can tell when a dude stops even trying to push the ball down the field, which is what Bo has done here, you know the confidence is gone. Quite frankly, you just got to get out of this game without anything worse happening to Bo. You just got to hope that this game doesn't rattle him for the future. I mean, you've got a great chance of winning this game. Don't get me wrong. I'm not writing the game off by any means. But you got to be very smart as a play caller here. Because, yes, you want to win the game. Yes, you got to push the ball down the field. But you got to manage your quarterback's mentality right now. And that mentality, that mental state is not in a good place. So as a play caller, that makes it very, very challenging. Which that play call right there, that's a coach doing exactly what I said. Let's manage our quarterback. Let's not put him in a stressful situation. Let's go with a little dump off on the early first down. See if we can get something going on a screen, but they get nothing. No, Matt Parrott, what is he talking about? Is Matt even on the field? Am I missing something? Was Matt Parrott not even on the field? That's the last thing we need is Quinn Miners going down. Looks like he's walking off all right. We're going to take a shot down the field. Are we going to throw another interception? Yes, we are. Oh, my God. Oh, good job from Cortland Sutton there. I wish he came down with it, but that was this close to being another INT, folks. That was not a good ball from Bo. Good job from Cortland Sutton. I mean, I'll take it back. Watching it on the replay, a good job from Cortland would have been catching the ball. I take it back. Dude, did you guys see that ball? That ball was a duck. That was a duck. This dude is gone right now. Are the Boo Birds coming out yet? We got injuries, we got mistakes, we got turnovers. Well, someone's got to win this game. Yeah, Chad's not wrong. We could certainly use a big play on defense. I think the bye week was a disaster for this team. Why would the Colts ever throw the ball? Hand the ball off to Jonathan Taylor every time, and he's going to give you 5 yards. Yeah, you lose this game, and guess what, folks? You probably don't make the playoffs. They're talking about it right now. You got a tough stretch. Chargers on the road on Thursday night. Bengals, Chiefs. Maybe you get lucky and the Chiefs don't play their starters because they got the number 1 locked up. But if you don't win this one, you got to win 2 out of your final 3. This is the worst football game I've seen in a year. Nate, why is it difficult for some teams to come off a bye? You said you experienced tough games post-bye. Football players are creatures of habit, and you would be amazed at what happens when you play on a Monday night, when your Tuesday is really a Wednesday, or when your Wednesday is really a Tuesday, I should say. We're just creatures of habit, man. And nowadays, with the new CBA rules, you're mandated to get 4 days off. Most coaches give their team the entire week off, which I believe is what Sean Payton did. I believe he gave his team the entire week off. You come back, and I mean, I don't have a great explanation for it other than my experience has not been good with it. Hey, I really appreciate all 700 of you guys that are watching this stream right now. Mount Polumbus Speaks is the podcast, and if you haven't subscribed, I put out a lot of awesome content. I do all 22 breakdowns. I do pregame, postgame reports. Anytime there's breaking news, I do a special podcast on it. And if you could do me a huge favor, we've got 700 of you guys on this stream right now. If even 10% of you guys would take 30 seconds out of your day, hit the link in my bio on Twitter, go over to YouTube and hit subscribe. First off, you do me a huge favor. Second off, you'll catch a lot of awesome content. So I'd really, really be grateful if you guys could do that for me. And if you really want to do me a solid, hit like on YouTube and comment on this video. It's amazing what just even a couple comments do for the algorithm on YouTube. And that would be doing me a rock solid favor. All right, catch up on a few of these comments you guys just sent in while I was talking. Nice to see the live take. Are you talking to me? I'm not sure what that means. Nate, does it make a difference when the bye week is scheduled? Week 14 feels late, but what is your experience? I assume you're asking if the bye week is earlier in the schedule there, and you missed a word, but I don't know, man. At first, when I saw the Week 14 bye for the Broncos, I thought that was a disaster for this team, a young team, latest bye possible. That's a nice little play there from Jonathan Cooper. But in hindsight, it turned out to be awesome timing. It couldn't have been better because you're in great shape. You're making a playoff run. You got a couple guys that are banged up, gave them a chance to get healthy. I don't think it really matters when the bye is. Well, if anything, I always found the earlier the bye, the harder it was for my team. The later the bye, the better. Come on, Mims. Let's go. Let's go, Mims. Let's go, brother. Come on. Come on. Come on. All right, buddy. All right, great play from Marvin Mims. That's why he's a Pro Bowl returner right there. He's had a couple huge returns to the Broncos in this game. I'd feel a whole lot better if he actually scored the touchdown because I've got this much confidence in our offense. That's a 0, a big fat 0. But good Lord, I mean, certainly we can capitalize from like the 10-yard line or whatever this is. Where did we get it to? How far does he get this thing? Does he get it down to the 8 or so? No. About the 15, I think. Certainly we could do something here, right? God, we couldn't have needed that more. And then we got a freaking drop by Troy Franklin. I don't know why Troy Franklin's even on the football field. Name more than 3 plays Troy Franklin's made all year long. All right. There we go. See, we had to get the ball into our playmakers' hands. That's what we needed to do. Nate Adkins, that's the playmaker on this football team. Everybody knows it, right? We just needed to get Nate Adkins the football. And the Broncos take the lead for the first time in this game. I do like this play call right here. They're doing a good job breaking it down on TV. The Broncos have scored a couple times on this little delay from their tight end across the middle of the field. We've drawn it up. We did it earlier in the year with Marvin Mims in the backfield. We put Marvin on a little reverse motion, did a fake dive to Jaleel McLaughlin. Nate Adkins was engaged for 1,000, 2,000, dumps his guy, and there's absolutely nobody there. This is a little variation of the same play that we already scored on in the lower red zone earlier in this year. I think it was Nate Adkins that scored on it last time we ran it also. I'm pretty sure. I like Nate Adkins a lot, man. He is a extremely effective run blocker. He's good at coming out of the backfield. You can play him as a fullback. Yes, he's not a weapon in the passing game, but he's got sure hands, and he's been very reliable for the Broncos. He's by far my favorite tight end that the Broncos have. All right, let's see. Let me update the scoreboard. Broncos take the lead 17-13. And we finally take control in this game when we've had 150 chances to do so. Nate says Franklin is Judy 2.0 with the drops. Yeah, you guys see what Jerry Judy's doing this year? He just broke 1,000 yards in the game today. He's having a hell of a season. And Jerry Judy can be more happy. He couldn't care less he's on a bad football team. All Jerry Judy cares about is getting his. And he's getting his this year. I disagree with that take, though, Nate, because the one thing we always do with Jerry Judy, the dude was a freaking insane route runner. He would create 5-6 yards of separation on a consistent basis. I mean, if you just watch Jerry Judy's routes, he was probably the best route runner in the NFL. And even if you looked at the stats, I think you'd be surprised at Jerry Judy's stats when he was here in Denver. He had about 800 yards in every single season. It's just he was a headache off the field. Well, he's a headache on the field also. And yes, he had big drops that hurt his team, especially in his rookie year. But with Troy Franklin, I'm like, I haven't even seen 1/3 of the talent that Jerry Judy had. It feels like this game is going to be won by the team that does not make the last mistake, because I got a feeling we're not done with the mistakes. It's a good looking play to start the. Wow, you don't see very many of the Guardian caps in the NFL. I don't know why. I'd wear a Guardian cap. Those Guardian caps are proven to reduce concussions by like up to like 60%. I would absolutely wear one. Maybe not as a young player. As a young player, you're all concerned about what people think about you. And we're going to get pass interference. Cody Barton, that's not his forte. He does not want to be in coverage. He's not been a liability by any means this year, but that's absolutely illegal contact. I don't know what Cody's chirping about. Isn't that unbelievable? I mean, even that run right there, which obviously is not a huge run, did that not look like that was going to be a tackle for no gain? Jonathan Taylor just does not go down. How do we get one of them? How do we get one of those running backs? Dude, I swear to God, I swear, that ball is crossed the plane before he dropped it. Call me crazy. That ball was over the plane. I'll take it. That's a trick play. There we go. Okay, Nick Benito. I saw that one a whole way along, baby. You could tell because it was a lateral pass. Anytime you see that wide receiver take a step back like that, what the hell's the flag? What the hell's the flag? Come on, stop it. Stop talking. Tell me it's a... What the hell is an illegal demonstration? I've never heard of an illegal demonstration. That was a terrible trick play. You could read that going all the way. How much money is Nick Benito going to get paid? Trick question. All of the money. All of the money. That's what Nick Benito is going to get. So I know a lot of people are wondering why the Broncos haven't given Nick Benito a new contract yet. The answer to that is because he is in his third year of his rookie contract, and by CBA rules, you are not even allowed to renegotiate a new deal until the completion of your third season. So once you get to the off season, it's open season to give Nick Benito a new deal, but you're not even allowed to give him one right now if you wanted to. Man, Nick Benito's a special football player. Does he not give you Von Miller vibes? I mean, everything about him, from the body type to the mannerisms to the quick twitches, he is doing his best to bring Von Miller back to Denver. Scoreboard update. Make that 24-13, and the Broncos are in cruise control now. So I had a few heart attacks in the middle of this game. I lost my mind. I think at a point or 5, I said that the Broncos don't deserve to win this game. But I'm happy to say they're finally in control. I told you guys Anthony Richardson was going to cough it up again. Turns out it wasn't Anthony, but we got another. That counts as a fumble? That's a weird rule. Hey, that's a good job just staying engaged. It'd be very easy for any player to kind of check out at that point once you see that ball thrown to the right side of the field. Nick Benito stays engaged in the play. He reads it, ends up getting the pick. I'm telling you, there's a lot of players in the NFL that shut it down once that ball is not within the radius of them. Look, this game definitely is not over. There's a lot of time left. Fortunately, Anthony Richardson seems to be worse than Bo Nix in this game. Oh, God. Got a little lucky there because Mathis ends up falling down. The Colts do not have to abandon the running game yet. There's still plenty of time. I disagree with the announcer. The announcer said that they have to start taking shots down the field. They really don't. There's plenty of time. If they're smart, they'll stay true to what they're good at, and they're good at running the football. Bad coordinators panic when they're down by 2 scores. No reason to panic yet. That was dangerous, man. Almost got another one. We are one stop and one good drive away from winning this game. That's it. One stop, one good drive, and it's ball game. 3rd and 9. Let's get off the field, get a good drive, and let's call it a day. They're going. Oh. This might be a no snap situation. 4th and 6. Where's the ball? What yard's the ball on? Okay. All right, good play there. Chris Abrams-Drain, man, congratulations to that young man. He got his number called today, and he has stepped up to the plate every time they've thrown at him. Happy for him. This has been a much better performance from our secondary than it was last week without Riley Moss. Does it help that it's Anthony Richardson? Sure. But Chris Abrams-Drain, he's had a couple really pivotal moments in this game where he's stepped up to the plate. All right, like I said, we're one stop, one good drive away. We got the stop. Now let's get one good drive here, eat up a lot of clock. And even if you don't score, it's probably ball game. But you do need to eat up some clock. How much eye block does that dude have on? Does he have eye black in his entire face? So does Quinn Miners. Good to see Quinn Miners back out there on the field. Glad that wasn't anything serious, because that is by far our best offensive lineman. I love watching number 77 go to work, man. God, our offensive running woes continue. That's the difference between Jonathan Taylor and our guys. Jonathan Taylor, he takes that for 4 yards. Our guys, we go down. Well, sorry you can't watch the game, dude, but glad you're tuning in here. Doing my best to keep you updated. I think we got to start getting Audric Estime the ball more often. Obviously, he's getting it more in the second half here because Jaleel got banged up. But as much as I love Jaleel McLaughlin, and I do, don't get me wrong, he's not an every down running back. You got to have a running back that's capable of going for 4 yards in every single play. And unfortunately, Jaleel's just too little. But he's dangerous as hell, and Jaleel deserves plenty of touches. Oh, sorry. I just see your handle, orange and blue. I can't see your face. All I can see is your handle. I don't know why. I always assumed that the people on my stream are dudes. So it's great to have you. So we got the big stop, but we did not get the good drive that I wanted. And unfortunately, we still got a ball game here. I mean, I'm not overly concerned because the Colts can't do anything. Oh, look at that. Nice job. Who was that? Who was that? Trayvon Smith. Great job there. He's got some hops on him now. You guys see that? Let's see. Does he get up? Did he touch the line or did the ball touch the line? I don't know if that's reviewable or not. Dude, that's close. That's really close. I need a nap. All right, good pressure. Good pressure. Nice delivery from Anthony Richardson there. Every time we get good pressure, I kind of cross my fingers because I'm thinking it might be an interception from Anthony Richardson. That looks like a cramp right there. You know, played 8 years in the NFL, and I got plenty of post-game cramps, laying in bed at midnight after the game, whatever. My calf cramps up on me, my quad cramps up on me, but I actually never had an end-game cramp. There's nothing worse than waking up in the middle of the night with a full-on leg cramp. If you've never had one, consider yourself lucky. How do you get doubtful with the finger? You must have shattered that sucker. I dislocated this finger. One time I dislocated this finger and it was going up like that. I got it fixed. Very next play, it was going out like an L. I casted that sucker up. I missed one series. Probably got a hold in the backfield. Seriously. Yeah, we got the hold. I'm telling you, every time we get pressure, I'm thinking he's going to make a mistake. Broncos are finally getting better pressure on him. What about Bowles? Did I miss something? Did Bowlesy get hurt or something? There we go. There's the other interception I was counting on. Yep. That's game, set, match, folks. I suppose not literally. But it's a joke. Even if the Broncos don't get something going, which I wow, how did I miss that? When did Bowles get hurt? That's terrible. I don't know how I missed that. Yeah, you'll be able to watch Thursday Night Football out there in California, although I still think it was a bad idea for the Broncos to willingly flex themselves into that game. They did not have to do that. Now I got to look that up. I don't mean to call you crazy, but I'm looking up and I don't see anything about Bowles getting injured. We take a shot down the field. Come on, Troy's got to make a better play on that. I mean, it's contested. I know. I'm not saying he has to come down for it, but he didn't even have a chance at coming down with that thing. He's got to get more physical down there. I'm not putting it on him. It's a tough catch. Walk away with 3. Still a 2-score game. Wow. And the luck of the Broncos continues. Get a flag on the field goal. The old adage, never take points off the board, is a bunch of BS because it depends on what the situation is. And you absolutely take points off this board because it just gives you a chance to continue to eat up more clock. What the hell was that? God, how many good calls have we gotten in our favor? All right, 6 minutes away from getting out of a drunk game sober. Put Javonte Williams back in the game. Nothing there. Tough to run the ball now. I mean, listen, now's not the time that you're looking for big plays running the ball. They're loading up the box. They know you're going to run it. You're just trying to eat up the clock. The problem is that's what all of Javonte's runs look like. Every run he has looks like it's an end of the game situation. Look at that. Chargers got freaking smoked. 40-17 with 2 minutes to go. Holy crap. And that Tampa team is not even that good. Touchdown. This game looks like the Broncos kicked their ass. Hey, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how you get it done. The Broncos get the W in this game. And it looks like it was an ass kicking for a long time. I thought that there was no chance the Broncos were going to win it because they had chance after chance to seize the momentum. They had mistake after mistake. We had freaking 3 interceptions in this game, and we're up 34-13. Excuse me, 30-13. Hey, I'll take it. A win's a win's a win. After this ball game is said and done, and this was not even including the Chargers losing this game, so I don't know what the probability goes to with the Chargers losing, but if the Broncos won this game, the stats said that they would have an 89% probability of making the playoffs. I don't know if that gets even higher with the Chargers loss. I don't know what the implications of that are. I mean, at the end of the day, Sean Payton's happy for his guy. And you know what? I am too. Bo had a bad day. It doesn't look like it on the scoreboard, but he gets to walk away with a little success with a touchdown throw. Sean Payton was happy for him. We had a bad start offensively. We had a bad start defensively. We had 3 turnovers. We had about 3 sudden change plays that went in our favor that we could not take advantage of. We had great field position that we could not take advantage of. And yet, when it's all said and done, Broncos easily win this game. I think this is actually a pretty good sign, man. I mean, this Colts team is erratic as hell. They have streaks that are hot and cold in a bad way because their quarterback is incredibly inconsistent. But the Broncos weathered the storm, and there were a lot of storms, and they come out all right. So obviously, defensively, you soften things up now. This is when the casual fan always loses their mind. Why don't you go in 2-minute mode all the time? There's a reason why it looks easy. You go into your umbrella, your shell defense, you give them everything that's underneath. It wouldn't work like this if you did this all game long. One of these two teams, we get another sack here from Malcolm. Is that Malcolm Roach? No, that's Tillman. It's been pretty damn impressive this year, the amount of interior pressure the Denver Broncos have been able to create on that defensive line. When you play in a 3-4 scheme, we've gotten spoiled here in Denver because we got accustomed to Malik Jackson, Derek Wolfe, those guys that are getting sacks. But usually in a 3-4 scheme, your interior defensive linemen do not get after the QB. Those are run stuffers. They're two gappers. They're not hired because they are good pass rushers. They're hired because they're good run stuffers. Yet we've been very fortunate this year. We got Jonathan Franklin Myers gets after the QB, Tillman, Malcolm Roach, DJ Jones. All of the interior players for the Broncos are pretty damn good pass rushers. All right, folks. Hey, I appreciate you guys that are all tuned in right now. We got about 900 of you between the multiple platforms. And if you're new to Mount Polumbus Speaks is my podcast. I put out 4 to 5 episodes a week, outside of last week, which I had to take off for personal reasons. But I put out 4 to 5 episodes a week, do all 22 breakdowns, pregame, postgame reports, daily updates throughout the week. And the majority of my content lives over on YouTube. And I know that we've got over 800 people right now that are watching on Twitter alone. So you guys that are watching on Twitter, do yourself a favor, do me a favor, please. Go to that link in my bio and click on my YouTube link. Go over there and hit subscribe because you don't want to miss out on the content I put out over there. And believe me, I put out plenty over there that you don't see here on Twitter. And you just be doing me a huge solid. And then if you really love me, if you like the stuff I do, would you hit like and comment on this particular video? Because you'd be amazed at what that does for the algorithm, and it really helps my channel grow. Sorry to be one of those annoying YouTubers. Hey guys, hit that like button, hit subscribe. Uh-oh. He doesn't look like he's in too much pain, but that is Pat that's down. Oh, I didn't even realize that Pat was already banged up. That was weird. I'm not quite sure what he got hurt on. Clearly the same ankle that was already hurt. Yeah, Rick probably should have stayed off. I mean, the game was in the bag. All right, folks. Hey, listen, I know the Colts are in scoring position here, but this game is in the bag. And I'm going to sign off here. just want to tell you all that I'm grateful that you guys chose to spend the game with me. And I'm going to be back on a little bit later tonight. I'll do a post-game report and do a little live reaction. So if you see me pop on, join in then. But until then, I'm going to bow out. Go Broncos, big win. Broncos have got a very clean path to the playoffs, and I'm fired up about it despite me losing my mind for the